trying to develop our communication skill because uh, in Bangladesh our mother language is Bengali, is not English. English is not our mother tongue. The Bengali is our mother tongue. So as a freelancer, I have to provide service out of the country's people like Germany, UK, USA, something like that. So that's why we have to learn, we have to obtain, we have to develop our English fluency and English skill for communication purpose, for big projects, something like that. So talking is to others with the client. So I need some advice from you and my best client. Already everyone know about him. So I salute him. He is the best client in my life who developed my career in online sectors. So, so one upon a time, I am talking about like 5 years ago. It's 2018 and 19. I was nothing. I was poor. I don't had money that time. Still struggling. I lost my job due to the COVID. So I am trying to get some client by Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn for providing my service. So that time I got Raspal in Fiverr. And I always try to best support and effort for him to complete his project. And frequently Raspal give me the project and pay me. So $50, $30, $100, nothing for you, for example, but $50, $100 is too much for me as per our country purpose that time. So day by day, I learning, I develop my skill, I take my position in online and always try to commit it with client. I build up my trust and I build up my communities. And today I am here. So Raspal is the one of the most favorite client in my career. I never forget him. No more. So he's the one guy in 2022, 21, 23, constantly he helped me by my job. He paid me absolutely, but that time I was need there. Otherwise, I cannot do anything. So I have the desk, I have the office, I have the agencies. Now I am working with the multiple companies, multinational companies. So everything is started by Raspal and other 3 and 4 clients. I never forget them. So I always appreciate and pleased for him. So that's why I always, if I think Raspal helped me without any benefit. So I also try to do something in our country for like these people who are looking job, who are mostly educated, complete their MBA, graduation, something like that, but they didn't find out the job. They didn't get the best opportunities. So their thinking is day by day going down. So that's why we always try to motivate them. So you can develop a skill, you can sell your skill in country, in your business, for your e-commerce sectors, or for your client on agency or other countries. So no worry, today or tomorrow you can do something better in future. Just we always try to hope them, motivated them. Never forget. Please turn on, start up, speak out. So this is the most my intention. So I am also freelancer. I have the many jobs. So we have to work separate countries and separate people. So Bangladeshi time zone and other countries time zone is not the same things. So, but although always I try to help them. And that's why today you guys here. So it's my pleasure. So again, I tell everyone, please welcome them in our communities today.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome to our community and
Welcome, sir.
community and both of you, both of you, sir, in our community. I hope I learn many things from you, sir.
For sure you will.
We are
So
welcoming
as per
you our cordially from
okay,
heart.
সবাই এখন ঠিক আছে. So I know their demand and their want, their needs, what they need. So everyone need job, everyone would like to earn money, but never think before getting something we have to spend a lot of times getting trust, build up the career, develop the skill, do something, keep patience ongoing. So that's why you guys here tell us something, how we can do something in online career, how we can always motivate it, how we can develop our skill, and what should we need. And already I sent some questionnaires to the Raspol, already you got also. So we can discuss one by one. And Raspal, you can introduce about Andre, so we can know about him more things, because I know about him, but you know better than me about him. So yes,
I think
thank
Andre
you. The
should
platform is
introduce
yours
himself.
now. You can start up.
All right. First of all, I just want to thank you for this lovely introduction. Really, thank you very much for everything that you said about me. I appreciate that a lot, and I have to give it back to you because, of course, I worked with you because I liked your work a lot, you know. And each time I wrote you on WhatsApp, you were there right away. And this is what I like a lot as a client. And you always supported me, and you gave me some good tips, advice, and so on. So I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have kind of, as you said it, supported you. But actually, it's just like it was the work. And because you have been you have done such a great job. So that's why I always came back to you, and I always will. And he just told me the story like a week ago. How was his transformation, his life transformation, actually. And I just want to say, look, you have a role model in front of you. Faisal is right there. So if you have questions, you can even ask him like, what kind of mindset did he have? He didn't give up at all, you know? So that's a role model right there. Thank you very much. So I would say, I just introduced myself for the ones that don't know me yet. I'm from Germany. I am German. I own a hotel and apartments. I rent them out. I'm an author. I wrote this book here about procrastination, how to overcome procrastination, and actually how to become an action taker. I'm an action taker coach, and just recently I certified in NLP. So right now I'm a NLP practitioner. But I will talk about this a little bit later. Then about Andre, I would say he can just introduce himself.
All right. So first of all, I want to thank Reg. Thank you, Reggie, for having me here. And Fazle, nice to meet you. And I'm impressed that you have so many people in your group. It's great to see all these faces. That lets me know that you're serious to have organized this, and they're all serious because they're taking time out of their day to learn. And I think that's very important. So a little bit about me. I'm from Chicago in the United States. I have been living in Chicago for a while. Currently, I'm in Brazil. I'm a digital nomad, so I like to travel to different countries and work. And I work online now as a business communication coach. So I teach business English. I help executives prepare for presentations. I actually helped Reg edit his book, and we work together in other things as well. And I do a lot of job interview preparation as well. So that's a little bit of information about me. Reg?
Yes, I just want to say for you guys, Andre is for me the best English teacher I've ever known, for real. This is just what I can say. Like, I talk, if somebody asks me like, hey, do you know someone where I can really learn English? I always say Andre is the guy. I mean, if you're going to have a class with him one day or so, you will see what I mean. It is amazing, really. Thank you very much for everything, Andre. I learned so much from you. Just want to say this.
So our most of the client from USA. So today it's very pleasure for Andre. You are from USA. So we please teach us some English tricks and techniques how we can communicate with USA people to manage them as a seller, to manage our client. So it is most important things today. So you can share your some experience, how we can develop our skill, how we can do something, how we can communicate each to others by fluently English, and what type of English accent they are looking. So English is the most barrier for our communication level, doing the service, something like that. So just you can teach us and help us, then we can follow your instruction, and within 7 days, 10 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, we can follow our instruction to develop our English development skill.
So the first thing I want to say is, Fazle, your English is great. So they can listen to you to improve their English. I'm going to type something here in the chat, and it's called active listening. So everyone knows you can pay for a tutor, you can buy classes, but something you can do for free is just to get better at listening. Train your ear. So watch YouTube videos, watch Netflix, watch television, and listen to people talk and repeat what they say. This is called shadowing. So if you hear someone speaking, repeat what they say. And you can do this every day. I would say try to do it for at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. Listen and repeat. On YouTube, look for videos with subtitles and read the subtitles. So watch people, watch their lips, learn how they speak, and repeat that. And eventually you will start to grow some skills. Another thing you can do is form conversation groups. So Fazle has a great group here, and you can listen to him and find other people who speak English as well and start to practice with them. Now, everyone is here to grow, to learn, to make money. And what you want to do is find out what your clients need, find out where your clients are from, and do research in English. So let's say you are doing software development or graphic design. Do research about graphic design. Use an LLM, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini. These are free services, and develop sentences and questions about your client's needs. So type into ChatGPT, I want to work with clients in graphic design, create 10 to 20 sentences and questions, and then practice with those sentences and questions. So that way, when you get a client, you know some things to say. If you have a client that reached out to you and that client is from Chicago, that client is from Texas, ask ChatGPT, what are interesting facts and statements about Chicago? What are interesting facts and statements about Texas? And practice with those statements. Use an LLM to practice pronunciation. So I have a question for you, Fazle. Fazle, where did you learn to pronounce English? Why is your pronunciation so good?
So sometimes I watch the YouTube videos and I read some books, and I did the International English Language Testing System, IELTS. So my 6.5 my score, and basically my graduation is on the English version. So there is no our Bengali language. So, and sometimes in my past job for a service, so there was my team members and my colleague, my peers, always we talk in English. And sometimes I have to give presentation in my university through the English. So my others team members ask me randomly question about my presentation. So I try to keep some point and try to make understand them. So, but constantly I trying to develop my speaking, and I try to always speak out and try to some vocabulary, but I don't memorize the vocabulary. So I memorize, but if I not use the vocabulary, so I cannot use it. So I always try to speak out is to others, my team members, my office, my university. So it's day by day, and working in here last 5 years as a freelancer. So we have to come. I have to communication with USA people, Germany, UK, the multiple countries people. So it's listening, speaking, writing, reading. Every is growing day by day. It's not a one day and overnight journey, but I am still trying to speak better like you.
And I like that you said that. You said day by day. So I'm going to type this in the chat. Consistency is key to measurable progress. Day by day practice will lead to success. Okay, so I think that I answered that question about some English skills. Reg, did you have anything to add?
Actually, what I like to do is, as you said, Fazla, presentations. So what I'm planning to do, even with my wife next week, is to watch a YouTube video and then summarize it, write it down on a paper, and practice it, giving it back, but in my own words. And this we are planning to do this for 2 hours each day from Monday to Friday. So this is what we are going to do next week, because we want to improve our English as well. Because my plan is actually to stay on stage and to motivate people. So that's why I'm going to do this.
Okay.
And I'll add one more thing, and then I'm going to toss it back to Fazle. Teach others around you. So Fazle has this group, and he's speaking English. And because of that, his English is going to get better. And he's talking to me, and he's talking to Reg, and he's talking to his clients, so his English is going to get better. So the more you use the language skill, it can grow. So by Fazle being a teacher or a leader of this group, he's improving his skills. So all of you, if you have kids, if you have friends, brothers, sisters, family members, teach them English, learn with them, and your skills will grow together.
Right.
Okay, Fazle, back to you.
Yes, sir, I understand. So, Raspal, can you start your point? Something
Yes,
like that?
for sure. Of course. So let's go through the questions that you sent over.
I send you the WhatsApp. If you want, I can send again.
No, I have them all
you
in
have
front
all
of me.
questions in your hand, or
Yes.
I will send you again.
Yes. No. I have them all in front of me.
We have them.
We got them, yeah. So the answers that I'm going to give you right now, they are just off of you, like I'm the client, right? I'm a client and I'm going to provide you how I see Fiverr and how I see Upwork. I'm not talking for the general public here, just for myself. So my personal opinion, how I, when I look for, let's say, a job has to be done, what do I do first? All right. So let's start with the first one. What are the best freelancing platforms for beginners? Fiverr and Upwork, yeah? As is it Fiverr or Upwork? So I use Fiverr the most. And I use it because, let's say, if I want to have something done fast. And when I go to Fiverr, it's for me easier to find someone that's going to fit this task, actually. When I'm on Upwork, there I have to write the whole job, actually, what I'm looking for, and the specifics, and so on. So this takes more time for me. And I don't want to spend so much time just to get this job done. So that's why I go to Fiverr. There I found you, Fazla, for Facebook pixels, Google Tag Managers, and so on. And I go there because sometimes I have a job to do that I don't have time to do it, but I could do it by myself, or I don't have the passion to do it. And when we go to Fiverr, later on I will send you a link, then we go through Fiverr together, and then I will show you exactly what's the difference actually between Upwork and Fiverr. So when I use Upwork, I did that a couple of years ago. I chose a developer because I was planning to build a platform, and it took, I don't know, like 3 months. So that's why when I'm looking for, like when I have a big job, building a platform or an app or something like that, then I go to Upwork, because there it's actually a long-term project. Or let's say I'm looking for a virtual assistant, I will go to Upwork for that. So the difference as well is, imagine you go to Fiverr. So what's the difference? I go to Fiverr and then I see all these thumbnails, all these freelancers. And then I click on it, I look through it. But on Upwork, as I told you, I have to write this job. And then later on, you have to write a proposal. You have to impress me with your proposal. And so you have to spend some time to create this proposal. And there's the difference here as well. On Fiverr, I'm going to contact, let's say, 3 freelancers, because it takes time as well to contact these freelancers, to go through all these profiles, look for the right fit, to go through the reviews and so on, and then contact them. On Upwork, how is it? I write this job and I receive 5 to 10 freelancers or even more. And then I have to start to choose. So this is just a suggestion. If you're on Fiverr, you're actually competing when you receive a request from a client, you're actually competing with, let's say, 3 to 5 maybe freelancers, because think about it. The client is not going to spend so much time to contact 10 to 15 people on Fiverr. Maybe he's going to contact 3, just like I do. And on Upwork, it's the other way around. Like you get 15 proposals or more, and then you have to compete with them. And you have to make sure your proposal really fits and impresses the client. I found some websites that you could look into. Maybe you have heard of them or not. I just mentioned them here. One is called peopleperhour.com. Another one is total.com, freelancer.com. And I don't use them. I haven't used them yet, and I think I'm not going to use them. But anyways, maybe you can look into that, and maybe they're not so crowded with freelancers. You have to look into that. All right, then we come to the next question. How can I set competitive pricing for my services? So I don't know, like if you are just starting out or not, but I'm just going to give some advice for people who are just starting out. So the first thing, what is so important when you just, let's say you create an account on Fiverr? What is important are the reviews. If you don't have any reviews, I don't think somebody is going to contact you. So you have to make sure to receive reviews, to get reviews. So how do you do that? I suggest that you start with a low price. Don't extremely undervalue your work. Don't do that, because then it doesn't look serious. But give a price that is lower than usual to receive your first client. So aim for reviews. That's very important. And let me see. And when you received some reviews, you got some, let's say 10, 15, 20 or so, then you can again analyze, let's say Fiverr, the market where you're in, and then you can gradually increase your prices. All right. Andre, do you have anything to that?
Yes, actually, did you want me to hop into my question regarding new clients? Or did you want to continue?
No, just go on. No, please, go ahead.
Okay, so I talked about developing English skills, and now I want to talk a little bit about how you can manage new clients. So I'm a coach. I get new clients all the time, and it's much more expensive. It's much more difficult to get a new client than to keep a client. So once you get a client, there's some things that are very important. And I'm gonna type these into the chat. The first one is clear communication. So have everything planned out, what you're going to say before you get your client. Make sure the expectations are clear. Make sure they know what they're going to get from you. Provide regular updates. If you use Google Calendar, as soon as you get that client, put in some updates. Okay, I'm going to contact my client regularly. Whenever I work with someone on Fiverr or Upwork, I want to know that they're going to contact me on a regular schedule. So I don't have to contact them, they contact me. And be prompt. If your client messages you, try to get back within 1 hour. Set your notifications so that way you're always getting back to them. The next one is really big. If you look at Fazle, he's wearing a nice shirt, nice glasses. If you look at Reg, he has the beautiful background. You see, I have my background here. You have to be professional. If you want your clients to give you money, you have to look like you have money. So wear a tie, wear a nice shirt, clean clothes. Have a good background or blur the background. Or put your camera all the way up so you just see the ceiling. Something nice. Be on time. Deliver your work on time. These are basics. Be organized and efficient as well. The next one is a little bit more tricky, and that's building relationships. So you have to be friendly. You have to provide extra value. So if your client wants you to design a project, design the project, but give them something a little extra, something that maybe doesn't cost you money, but maybe adds a little extra time. And show genuine interest in their business. So if your client tells you, actually, Fazle, I have a quick question for you. Can you give me an example of a business that your clients work in?
So I am talking my existing client or talking about the new clients when I offer for my service?
New or existing clients, what's a business that they often work in?
So basically I provide my service who are doing getting the lead generation service and e-commerce business, drop shipping. So I always provide my service like these platforms by business owner and agency. So I always try to proposal them that I can do for them. I am not committed over things. So as per my skill of the area that I can do on my best, so that I offer them. And time is very important things, because when some people, according the Raspal, I am listening very carefully. So the Fiverr and Upwork, the big difference. So Upwork is very lengthy. The Fiverr is quick service. You have problem, just message them and take quick service, and payment is done within 5 to 10 minutes, 1 hour, something like that. So when the business owner and agency person or marketing manager come to us for fixing their issue, so instantly we have to pick their pain point. What is their pain point that I can do them and I can pick him or pick her, something like that. So then I noticed that he is facing like this problem, and on this area I have the skill. Then I pick the point. Okay, sir, I understand your problem, so I can fix it very quickly. Please come to the Zoom meeting. We can discuss about the project. Let's fix it. And after the job, this is my after sale service. So I am getting the more benefit in my freelancing career. After the service, I didn't charge anything for support. Example, Raspal is also there. Like $150, I have done the project. 7 days, 30 days, 50 days, 1 month later, if Raspal messages me, Fazle, you did Facebook conversion API and GTM for me, but I am having problem like this pixel. My event is not working. So can you look it? Can you overview something like that? So I do it freely. I didn't charge anything. So this is my best plus point. I didn't charge same project for my client. So this is my peak point to keep the client in my basket. So this is my strategy. Raspal is still there. I didn't make any charge after my sales service regarding that project. But new project is different things. But existing project, if he face any problem, I didn't charge anything. Just take the excess and fix it, and thank you. That's it.
That's great. So doing that, going above and beyond, you know, maybe it doesn't cost you money, but a little bit of time, and that will mean more clients, more referrals. And I'm going to say something. So he said he works with clients in e-commerce, drop shipping. So if you have a client in that industry, read news about the client's industry. Google News or some sort of news, study their industry, learn about their industry, listen to your clients. And if they have any specific pain points, you know, Fazle brought up pain points. Those are very important. If you can solve your clients' pain points, they will want to work with you. And then ChatGPT, Copilot, use it to find information about their industry. So you don't have to be an expert. I'm not an expert in drop shipping, but if I have a client who's a drop shipper, I will say, ChatGPT, tell me the 10 most important things to drop shippers and know their pain points. Okay, I'm gonna finish up with a few more points here.
Yes.
Manage expectations. So if you know that it's going to take you 2 weeks to finish something, don't tell your clients you can get it done in 1 week. Manage expectations. Communicate. If you come into a problem, if you have a blackout in your city, if your computer breaks, if your phone is not working, let your client know any problems or challenges immediately. If the project is like, okay, I said it was going to take 2 weeks, but it's looking like it's going to take 3 weeks, learn how to talk about that with your client. So tell ChatGPT, I need to give some bad news to my client. How can I say it in a positive way that doesn't upset my client? So you want to manage those expectations and set boundaries. If your client lives in Australia and you live in Bangladesh, or they live in Canada, and there's a 10-hour time difference, and they message you while you're sleeping, you need to be aware of those things, and you need to let the client know, okay, if you message me at this time, I will be sleeping, so I will get back to you when I wake up. Don't wake up at 3 a.m. and try to work. Maybe you can. If you can, you can. The next one, very important. Reg, I would like you to talk a little bit about this feedback and improvement. So Reg is a hotel owner. Feedback is everything for hotels. So Reg, could you maybe tell us a minute or two, why is feedback important for you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, my guests, I'm happy when they give us feedback because then I know where to improve. Let's say there's a guest and he doesn't say anything about the broken shower. So he leaves, he has a checkout, he's gone, and I just let the new guest in our room. And then he comes back and says, hey, the shower is broken. How come? And so feedback is very important for us because that's the way how we can improve. Yep.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, I used to be the type of person where if I got a client and I said, oh, this client is mean, this client is rude, this client is very demanding, that's good. That's what you want, because that's how you can learn to be better. So I had a client and she didn't like my service. So instead of saying, oh, you know, she's no good, I said, what can I do to make her happy? Because that will make me better. Anytime you get a client who's not happy, that's an opportunity for you to grow, to learn, and to adapt. And this last one is personal well-being. So, Fazle, may I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How many hours a day do you sleep? How much sleep do you get?
4 to 5 hours.
It's not very much. But how many meals do you eat a day? Do you eat at least one meal a day?
2 times.
Okay, that's good. So try to be healthy. Try to have a good work-life balance, because all of us work on a computer, and sometimes you look at the computer all day, your eyes hurt. So try to be healthy. Try to go for a walk. Try to have some water. I have plants. I keep these plants so that it's good for my mental health. So try not to burn out. Don't get stressed. Sometimes this can be hard. You don't speak the same language as your clients. Some clients don't get back to you. You don't get clients. But if you take care of your health, if you're healthy, and anytime you get a little victory, maybe a client talked to you, but you didn't get the client, it's still a victory. So try to be healthy, be happy, and find joy in your job, but joy outside of your job in life as well. So that is my final tip. I'm going to toss it over to Fazle and Reg for the next
All right. Yeah, I have to say, you guys already answered a couple of my questions, I have to say. That's pretty nice. Although we didn't communicate between, you did that. Thank you very much for this. And should we just talk a little bit like overall, or do you want to go through each question? Do you want to continue with these questions?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to the next question.
Okay, all right. So then I stopped. Let's start with question number 4, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you look for when hiring a freelancer? Profile, pricing, review, the gig, the image, etc. And I combined it more or less with question number 5. I'm going to share a link with you, and then we go through it together.
Okay.
Here, I just put it in the chat so everyone can click on that. You got it? Okay. And I just open it too. So this is that's a page of Fiverr, yeah? And I did that yesterday. And I asked myself, okay, what is really eye-catching here? And the first one that I saw is the green one. Do you all see that? The green one where it's written like your professional social media manager. That's the woman on the right side. Sometimes, I mean, I think these pictures they don't have to be the person that's behind it, you know? So if you take a picture from someone or so, I mean, you can do that, I guess. So after that, I see that picture because it has to be eye-catching. That's the first one. How I start to choose a freelancer for my job. Then after that, I read the first sentence. So I will be your social marketing manager. Okay, all right. Then how many languages speaks doesn't matter because I just concentrate on English. I look at the price from, and if I say, okay, that's in my price range, I'm gonna click on that. So then I click on the thumbnail. So here I see,
I share
yes?
for you for your explanation.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're talking about this the gig, right?
Oh, well, you can take this one, no problem, yeah. Yeah, no big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then here, I'm top rated. Okay, what is gonna impress me? You know what impressed me are the pictures. Like when you go down to the person and you click to the right, yeah. And I want to see all the pictures and videos of this person, yeah, of this freelancer. Yeah, click on it, click on it. Just click here. Exactly. Okay. So what is really important for me is the design. It has to be neat. And I really have to understand what is this person actually offering in his skills. Can he provide what I'm looking for? And the best thing would be if I search for someone and that person had already a client just like me and he already fulfilled it. And I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That should be me here on this page. Yeah. And so when he convinced me with his pictures or with his videos, then I go down and I read most of his reviews. I read the recent reviews of this person. So see all reviews. You can click on see all reviews. No, go up, go up. There it's written, see all reviews, right? And then I look for recent reviews. And then I just start to read for at least, let's say 20. Because I want to make sure what the other clients said about him. Are they satisfied or not? Is there anything that I should be aware of? Does he take too much time answering? Or does he go beyond and above? You know, that's very important for me. So when I see, okay, all these clients are happy, almost, they don't even have to give 5 stars. 4 to 5 is fine too. But I need to see like that the clients are satisfied. Then I go to the gigs, the 3 categories that the person is offering, the basic, standard, and premium. And then I look at what is this person offering actually? And how much does it cost? And when I find something, again, in my price range, then I go to his profile on the left side, I guess, where he talks about him, where he actually presents him. Yeah, here, this one. Yeah, exactly. Go a little bit down. Then I go a little bit down. No, don't. Yeah, there I read everything, where he's from and so on, his experience and so on. And my next move is that I contact that person. I go to contact me and I contact that person and I describe my problem. I describe what I'm looking for. And I expect an answer within 1 day. It doesn't have to be like in the next hour, but 1 day. But if if the person takes like 2 days, then I say, if this person already takes 2 days to answer to my email, then I believe this person is going to take so much as well for my project. So it has to be prompt, as Andre said as well. Yeah, you have to be fast, because this is what I learned as well in my hotel business. People called, they asked for a room. I say, okay, I will get back to you. Or I received an email and I called them. They expected an email back, maybe in 1 day or so, but I called them. They didn't expect it. And I say, hey, you know what? We have a room for you available. So you have to be fast, and in emails, like when I answered the emails within 1 hour or so, when we received the request, they wrote back, wow, that was fast. Thank you very much. Yeah, of course we're going to take it. Because they see my qualities, actually. They see what is important for me. I want that the client is happy, right? And the first contact is very important. You have to impress with the first contact. And it is the time actually. How much time you use to answer to a request. All right. Let me see if I have anything else here that's important. Yeah, what I wanted to say as well, and Andre said it before, is a client has an expectation. And when the person contacts you and tells a problem that this person has and say, oh, look, I have a problem with my website or so. Okay, then you reply to that and you say, that's no issue, no problem at all. And I can give you something else. Like I analyzed the website and I have seen something, perhaps you were not aware of it, but I can solve that problem easily and you don't even have to pay anything for that. That's my pleasure to do it. And the client is going to see, wow, he already has been on my website and I didn't tell him about it, like he should do that, but he went, that was not my expectation, but he did it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much for this, for letting me know. You have to go beyond the expectation of a client. That's very important. And later on, what I wanted to mention actually is you have to personalize. Let's say on Upwork, when you give a proposal, I mean, there on a profile, I think the client can download the portfolio. And if you have someone who's interested to work with you on Fiverr, on Upwork, then you can send a proposal and you can personalize it. So you can say the name of the company and then what you already did on the website, like that you had a look at it and you analyze it and so on. Make it personal, because when I receive a proposal from someone and he already wrote down like, Mr. Caravanda, I have seen your website and I like your colors. Then I said, this guy already spent some time on my project. So of course I'm going to take this guy, because the other people that I contacted, they just sent me an ordinary proposal. Like I'm sure they're going to send this to all of their clients. But this guy made it special, That's important. All right, Andre, do you have anything?
Did you want me to go into basically about what are the best ways to learn new freelancing skills, or how can I develop my English skills to communicate with clients?
Yeah, go with the first one. Or
Okay,
both.
so what are the best ways to learn freelancing skills?
All right.
All right, so I'm going to combine this with the other one, learning English to communicate with clients and freelancing skills. So everybody has skills, and the good thing about the internet is you can get skills easily now for free. So really, it's all about your dedication and time. So I'm going to put a bunch of sites, not the links, but just the names. You can search for them yourselves. italki. italki is a platform I am on. It's where I met Reg. It is not free. You have to pay, but you can work with coaches, English teachers, and you may be able to work with people who have skills. But this is mostly about English. Cambly is a much cheaper English service. Still, you have to pay, but to improve language skills. English Page, free grammar lessons. You can check your work. It's free. All of you should use English Page. Everyone in this group. Next up is, let me see, Breaking News English. This is a great site to read and practice your reading skills for news. Youglish, let's say you have a meeting with someone and you have a word you don't understand, you can go to Youglish, put that word in there. It will give you YouTube videos so that you can understand. Coursera, Udemy, Skillshare, LinkedIn Learning, very expensive, but you can pick up skills there as well. Copilot, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, LLMs. Use LLMs. All of you should be using them if you can to teach yourself. Type in, teach me how to use Fiverr. Teach me how to use Upwork. You know, how can I be a better professional? And any skill you want to learn, you can do it. I have a question for Fazle. Fazle, what is your number one skill? What do you think your number one skill is?
It's the web analytics. It's called Facebook Conversion API expert.
Okay, Reg, what is your number one skill?
I think I have a couple of them. But anyways, I think it's to communicate, to make the relationship with a new person very fast. I have this thing actually, like when somebody comes in, he stands in front of my reception, and I think after 5 to 10 minutes, we can shake hands or whatever, you know, like hug each other or something like that. It's pretty cool. Yep.
So my number one skill is probably business communication. That's what I do, and job interview preparation. So contact experts with the skills you want to learn. So you're all very privileged because you get a connection with Fazle. So if you want to learn about those skills that he mentioned, he could probably talk to you about that or have a session about it. Sometimes these things are free. Sometimes these are an investment in time or money. Sometimes you can do trade. If you have someone that you know is skilled in graphic design and you're skilled in Facebook ads or Google AdWords or something like that, trade skills and say, hey, I can teach you this one skill if you can teach me this other skill. So trade skills with others who are experts in those skills. Now, I want to say a couple more things about how you can improve your skills. YouTube is so good to learn. Industry blogs and websites. So go to YouTube tutorials and go to industry blogs and websites and just start reading. Now, many of you have families. Many of you have kids, have grandparents, and you don't have a lot of time. So you need to create a learning schedule for yourself. Well, what if you say, I don't know how to create a learning schedule? No problem. Talk to someone who has skills. Ask Fazle. Say, Fazle, how did you learn your skills? What was your schedule? So let me ask you, Fazle, when you were learning some of these technical skills that you make money with, did you make a schedule? How was your learning? What did you do to learn?
So my journey was started by the Google. At first, I searched the Google. So that's why I am not fully used to the Chat GPT, something like that. So I am talking about the 2028 and 9 during the COVID. So at first I tried to learn the Google. Then my basic level when is done, then I thought I need to learn more things about depth, because I thought freelancing would be my passions and profession. So I have to do something. So that's why I thought I invest my time on my skill. I don't do anything. So I first learn Google, then take some knowledge and gather, then note, then I practice. Then I started my one skill-based course in Bangladesh, Skilluper. So Skilluper focus one skill-based course, standard level and international level course is providing very cheap cost. So their intention, they can do something in country, and they are trying to provide the standard level course like me, the poor and educated people, jobless people, married people, but they are not getting the job during the COVID times. So they offer a standard level course but very cheap rate. So I took the course, then start my journey. So I thought, wow, it's a great course that I was looking. So I took the course and started my journey, and day by day, I make my profile in Fiverr and Upwork and People Per Hour, Freelancer.coms and Kwork, lot of platforms. But I got the job in Fiverr. So like Raspal and many people is coming in my profile. I am trying to give their best support, best service, and day by day my profile is grow on Fiverr. So my basically studied the Google for basic things, and by the depth knowledge I get from Skilluper in based on the Bangladesh Institute.
Okay, very good, very good. So I'm going to send something to the group here. I sent it to someone as a private message, but contact experts with the skills you want to learn, such as Fazle. Trade skills with others who are experts in your field. Use YouTube tutorials and create a learning schedule, and study people like Fazle. Study his journey. Study how he started. So he started with Google, but you can start with ChatGPT and learn how other people's found success. By studying people who are successful, you can find success. Just because you don't want to be the same person, you can see how they did it. Now, something big that has happened recently is social media. Instagram, Facebook, chat or Snapchat, TikTok. And all of you need to think about how you spend your time. When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of TV. Kids now are watching a lot of social media. They're watching other people's lives. So if you have a lot of time to watch dance videos on TikTok, if you have a lot of time to scroll and watch on Instagram, think about how you could be using that time better. Invest your time in podcasts and audiobooks. Someone said that they forget their vocabulary. If you forget your vocabulary, network with other people, talk to other people, go to events like this, join groups like this, find a mentor or become a mentor to someone else. If you have a young person or a younger person in your life, teach that person and practice your business vocabulary. Create practice projects. If you want to become a coder, start coding. If you want to become a website designer or work with Facebook ads, start creating ads. Even if you're not getting paid for it, do practice projects So that way, when you get a client, you have experience. Books and ebooks. Read a lot. Write a book. Reg wrote a book. Start writing a book. Even if you don't know what you're going to write about, start writing just to practice. So that way, when you get your first client or you have a client, you can type quickly to that client, and it's easy. Attend workshops like this. Go to other workshops and webinars. So trade your time, invest your time wisely. Don't look at funny videos online. Or if you do look at funny videos online, limit that time and try to spend some time learning as well. So that is how you can pick up new skills. I will toss it back to Fazle and Rich for the next question.
Something I just want to add to that is actually you can start to create your own online courses. I created like 6 online courses and I sell them on Udemy. And you can do that too, because then you're going to look up some vocabulary and you think, all right, now the camera's there and I'm going to talk, but what I'm going to talk about, I learned the vocabulary, I'm going to use them in this video. So you can do that too. And later on, you can even sell them. Yeah. Fazle?
Very good. And quick before Fazle, someone said, fluency is the vital issue for English speaking. How to develop it? Very, very easy thing. Think of walking and think of swimming. Walking, you learn as a child. You don't have to think about it. It's easy, it's natural to walk. Sometimes you make a mistake, but it's very rare. Swimming, you have to train. It's very difficult, but it takes time. So it's very simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. The more time you spend with a language, the more time you spend with a skill, the better you will get. So I want everyone in this group to think about what they did yesterday, what they did this week. How much time did you spend working towards your goals? So look at your 24 hours. Look at your day, your week. How much time did you focus towards your goals? You know, sometimes you got to eat, sometimes you have to sleep, you have to see your family, but also you need to say, like, today is Friday, I'm spending 30 minutes, an hour in this session. That's 1 hour focused towards your goals. Okay, so Fazle, back to you.
So Raspal, our all question is covered.
All right. All of them, yeah?
All of them is covered.
I think we covered most of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, most
Yes.
of them, yeah.
No. Yep.
I think 7 is missing, if you want to hear about 7.
Yeah,
What are the
7
common
and 9.
mistakes?
7
Yeah, right.
and 9.
Yes. What are the common mistakes freelancers make when approaching clients? So every day I receive an email from someone who wants to redesign my website, my hotel website, but I don't even look at it. I actually just erase it because I already read so many and they're not trustworthy. So if you are going to start to contact someone, and this I said last time, tell your story. I want to know who you are. I just don't want to know, like, okay, you can redesign my website. Oh, there are many people. But if you tell me your story, why you want to redesign my website, where you're from, that you are just starting out, for example, and that you have a profile on Fiverr that I can look at, because if you mention that, you are trustworthy for me, because then I know, okay, all right, I can have a look at your profile, at the reviews that you already got, and then I get in touch with you and I talk to you more, because I receive so many, I don't know, like so many emails, and on Instagram as well. Some people just want to increase my marketing, whatever, my views, but it's not going to work so easy because I don't know them. So first of all, you have to build that trust. And how do you do it? Through your own story. So write down today your story. How do you want to present yourself? How do you introduce yourself? And even mention maybe that you're just starting out, the problem you have, because if you mention that to me, I say, oh, maybe I can help this guy by giving this person the first gig on Fiverr. Why not? But you have to mention that you're on Fiverr or on Upwork, because I made a mistake once. I tell you this. That's why I'm not gonna do it again. Once somebody wrote me an email and said he wants to redesign or can create amazing platforms, and I did that with him, and I paid him, but he didn't finish it. And I said to myself, damn it, why I didn't do it over Upwork? Because then we had these milestones. So that was my mistake, and I learned from that mistake. So that's why I'm never gonna do that again. So maybe the person you just contacted and you didn't mention the freelance profile or the Upwork profile had the same issue, and that's why he doesn't respond to you. All right. I want to mention something as well, because we're just wrapping up, I guess, is you're so many people here in this group, in this community, and that's awesome. Think about building small groups. And then all of you have some skills, and let's say you have 5 to 15 people in one group, and you say, okay, our skills, what can we do with our skills, with our different kind of skills? And then you look maybe at a country, let's say Germany, and you look for a company, a big company maybe that doesn't have to think about money spending like on marketing or whatever. And then you contact them, this company, but make it very personal, and you tell them exactly what you can do for them, or for this company, what you can do for them. Yeah? And you can even send not just an email, but how about a letter or a magazine or something like that from Bangladesh? I don't know how much it's going to cost, but make it special, because you're eager to get clients, right? But you have to do something special, not ordinary like everyone else. You have to stand out. How do you stand out? So do some brainstorming about that. Be creative. And just, as I said, like take one company, focus on them, write them and get some feedback. Maybe they write back and say, hey, that's great. Thank you for that, for this advice, but we can change. How about we have a Zoom call? And then you're in the game. All right. Okay. That was question 7, I guess. Well, anything else? Otherwise, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, let's say, motivation or so.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Or Andre, do you have anything? Do you have something to say?
I just want to say, someone asked, how do you get over your fear of talking with someone from a different country? So I just sent a link to exposure therapy videos. These are videos that are designed for virtual reality helmets, but you watch the video and it's like a group of people and you practice speaking in front of them. So LLMs are also good for that. Have mock conversations with AI. And that can help you as well, just speaking English out loud. Another big thing is to record yourself speaking English. So record yourself speaking English at least once a day, once a week, and review the recordings. You have to get comfortable with the sound of your voice in English. And you should be able to tell, this is how I sound in English. This is how a native speaker sounds in English. How can I get closer to native?
Something I want to mention right here, because I just saw this question here. If you have no reviews on Fiverr, so what are you going to do, right? And it's very difficult to get the first client. Why not ask your neighbor right here, hey, you know what? This is my profile. This is my gig. And can you do me a favor? And I'm going to do the same for you. Buy my gig, give me a good review, and I'm going to do the same for you. So think about this. If you're going to do this with, let's say, 10% here in this community, what's going to happen? And they really pay for that. And then you have your review or great reviews. Then you can start out. I don't think it's cheating. Yeah. But anyways, somewhere we have to start. But that's just an idea. Right. Yeah. I'm just looking if there's anything that's very important to mention. If you ask, yeah.
Reg and Fazle, I actually have to run. But Reg, can you mention our group before you go? And for anybody who has any questions or anything like that, let Fazle know, and I'm sure Fazle can reach out to me. Fazle, I want to thank you a lot for this opportunity. I think it's really awesome that you have this group, and I love that you found success. I love to see people who find success and wealth in another language. That is a very difficult and big challenge. So thank you for having me, and thank you everyone for having me as well.
Thank you
So
very
it's
much for being
it's
here.
a great pleasure for me, especially from our community. So behalf of the community, the big thank you to you, sir. So we can do like this seminar sometimes. So hopefully you have time, please spend with us sometimes for motivate our like these peoples. So it would be the great appreciate for me if you join the later with Raspal and me some month later. Sometimes like spend with times like 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour. It's the biggest impact in our community. So I I I hardly would like to do something for them. They can do anything, but they need support, motivation, something like that. So thank you so much for joining with us, and I will talk to you with Raspal again. So everybody,
Right.
say hi.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
sir will be leave now. সবাই তাকে
Have a
congratulations
great
জানান,
day,
সবাই লাভ
guys.
রিয়েক্ট দেন,
Have a nice
সবাই লাভ
time,
রিয়েক্ট দেন
sir.
স্যার।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much,
You,
sir.
sir.
Very
Have
nice.
fun.
Thank you very much,
Continued
sir.
success.
Very
Thank
much.
you,
Thank
friend, to
Thank
being
you.
with us.
Very much. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Nice to meet you.
Sir.
It's a great opportunity for us.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Raspal,
Wonderful. Yes.
you can
All
talk
right.
about some motivational things, the new freelancer. Then we take 5 and 6 question, especially the many young lady and gents would like to talk to you. So
All right.
we can take some opportunities to ask something to you. So
All
you
right.
can finish the questionnaires, then we can take some questions from our
Yes.
committee members.
Something that I want to mention before I forget it. Look into Toastmaster. This is where you start to practice how to give presentations. I have been there, Toastmaster. There you will improve your English skills as well. Then, if you ask for a review to your client, you can even ask for a video review. This is really powerful, I have to say. If you're going to have your own website and there you have some videos of your clients and they're just talking about you, that's awesome. That's very powerful. It's even more powerful than to have ordinary reviews. So ask for video reviews, right? Okay, now I have something motivational for you. If you think of Michael Jordan, everyone knows Michael Jordan, right? Yeah, everyone knows
Some
about
people
him.
know.
Yes, sir.
Think about his mindset. He had a very specific mindset. He still has. And if it all has to do with your mindset, guys. If you are eager to succeed on the platform or wherever, on Fiverr or whatever, you need to have the right mindset. Be clear what you want to reach. And then think about every single day and ask yourself, how am I going to improve myself to reach that level where I want to be? If Michael Jordan wouldn't have this mindset, do you think he would have been the Michael Jordan that we know right now, that we know today? Tell me. No, right?
No,
But
sir.
he had this mindset. And he always said, I want to win that championship. I want to be the best on that field. Nobody's going to be better than me. And he made it possible. He went there, he practiced every day. I don't know how many hours, at what time he woke up, and he practiced. He was there before everyone else. When they entered, they said, hey, Michael, you're already there. You know, I watched this Netflix documentary, The Last Dance. And I watched it again and again. Why? Because so motivation. A lot of motivation is right there, you know? And I thought about it, but this guy has a mindset. Now think about Steve Jobs. He was kicked out of his own company. Did he give up? He didn't give up. He just said, hey man, I have the skills. I know what I'm going to do. And he just bought another one, or he, let's say he got together with this company next, and he made it really famous and popular. And well, it was a big thing actually, next with Pixar. But he didn't give up. And then I would like you to watch a movie, and perhaps some of you know this or not, but it's called Rocky. You know Rocky, right? Sylvester Stallone. Have you watched that movie? So you just have to watch the first one. It's very powerful. And then when you watch this, think about yourself. What kind of person are you? What kind of person are you right now? And what kind of person do you want to be tomorrow? You know, the gift that we all have is to make a decision. In this very moment, we can make a decision. And all of us can do that. We can make the decision, let's say for you guys, if you want to improve your English skills, you can decide right now, after this call, well, now it's very late, maybe tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to do what Andre said. At least one thing. You can make the decision to improve your English skills. You can make the decision like Fasil did. I'm going to gain new or study more, right, to improve my skills, to offer them to the world. This is what you can do. Think about it, what you do right now, and is there still some space left that you can fill? Yeah. All right. And I just want to mention here right now that we have a group, Andre and I, on School, and it's called Confident Communicator. I'm going to post the link here, if I may. Basna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can.
All right. And thank you very much. And there, you can just have a look. It's free of charge. And very soon we're going to start to give some presentations there as well. That's must be the one. Yeah, before I called it Become an Action Taker, because I'm an action taker coach. And there, I'm looking for some people. Let's say, I think I read it here. Someone is afraid of giving a presentation to the public or so, or to some people. So with the NLP, what I learned, we can solve that. So I'm looking for some participants that would like to, let's say you have a trauma or you're afraid of something. I would like to help you free of charge, because anyways, I have to practice to be a better NLP practitioner. So you're welcome to join, and then we can just make an appointment, and we can get over your fears or your challenges. It's really nice. If you haven't heard of NLP, it's very interesting. Neuro-linguistic programming. Yep. All right. Now you may ask some questions, and I hope I can answer them.
Okay. So before going to the questions, so I have the one common questions be above them. So everyone. So Raspal, you can skip the chat questions. So the many like members typing the many questions, so you cannot cover the all question answers. So we will take 5 and 6 questions, then we'll try to answer them. But the common question is, like, the 500 people is there now. Okay, so everyone would like to earn money. Everyone need money. Everyone need money. For the money, there is still there. How they can sell their service and earn the money. But the most of the people not believe that, not trust that. Before getting the money, you have to invest time for your own self for developing the skill. So as a client, what do you think for the new freelancers who'd like to money before developing the skills? The common questions from our community: within 3 months, 4 months, they finish the course video, then start get to earn money. And after 3 months and 4 months later, he doesn't take any opportunities from the marketplace, then say the freelancing is the bad professions. There is no career. There is nothing. So myself is still 5 years till now. I am working and I'm selling my skill. But before getting the first job, I have to wait 9 months. Then I get one order from Morocco, $35. Then I started my journey. Then I got, like you, the great buyer. So the most important things, the many people is there, they would like to earn money, but they are not focused to develop their skill. So you can hardly say something to them who are in this stage.
I want to give you a case study, or many case studies about this.
Yeah.
Look, before what I do right now, maybe you have seen me, what I just said. I said I'm giving my NLP classes free of charge. I'm not asking you for money. But why am I doing this? Because maybe later on you're going to talk about this to someone and said, hey, Rajpal, I had a session with him, an intervention. It was so awesome. He helped me to come over the phobia about snakes. Unbelievable, for example. And that person is going to say, oh, really? How do I get in contact with this guy? All right, and then you tell him, and so on. I have my colleague in NLP. He started with one client, free of charge, doing NLP sessions. That person told another one, and so on. Now he has 5, still free of charge. But he told them, look, guys, I'm going to practice with you. I'm going to do these sessions, interventions, for 6 months, free of charge. And you want to continue with me, then I'm going to charge. What you can do, guys, you cannot just, right away earn some money. You have to be patient. And then you have to, let's say, offer your skills free of charge with at least 3 or 4 or 5, because then you earn, what do you earn? Experience. Let me tell you another story. This is, maybe you can just connect it. There was a person who wanted to have a new job. Airline. She wanted to work as a steward or stewardess at an airline. And then she said, like, let's say Iberia is the most favorite one. I want to work for Iberia. And then she started to apply, let's say, for American Airlines and for Lufthansa and for other ones, because she said, these ones are not the one that I'm looking for. But first I'm going to gain some experience, how to have an interview. And she went through all these kind of different airlines. And then at the end, she said, now I go to Iberia. And then she landed this job. Bam, she got it right away, because they were so impressed of her, said, yeah, of course, you're the right person for us. Let's continue with you, you know? So gain some experience. And then later on, you're not going to ask the question again, how can I communicate with a client the perfect way, right? Because you already gained that experience, and free of charge. Later on, that person will come back, like I do with Fastner. I always come back to this guy here. I'm not looking for anyone else anymore, because I know he's great at his job and more. So that's my answer to that question.
So, so now we can take some questions from our communities. So how many questions we can take? Can you allow me like 5 to 6 or 10 some questions? If you
at 5, I would say 5, because I have an appointment at 7, so 5.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Of course.
So please allow me talk in my native language, in Bengali. I will talk to them. Otherwise, the many people is there randomly, they are talking something like that. It could be the noise in here. কি খবর জনতা? ঘটনা হচ্ছে
খুবই ভালো ভাইয়া।
সবাই কথা বলেন না। আমি এখানে সাজিয়া আপু আছেন, সাজিয়া সোনিয়া আছেন, সাজিয়া সোনিয়া কমেন্ট করতেছিলেন। আপু আপনি কোশ্চেন করবেন, ইয়েস অর নো লেখেন, মানে কুইক। তাহলে আপনার নাম যদি আমি ডাকতাম। আচ্ছা, সুরাইয়া আপু আছেন, সুরাইয়া আপু আপনি আপনার কোশ্চেন করতে পারেন।
Hello.
Hi.
Me, Suraya.
Yes.
Thank you
Hi.
so much for joining us. I truly
Of course, my
appreciate the
pleasure.
opportunity to connect with both of you. It's great to have you here. And I'm really excited to learn from your experiences. So I would love to hear your thoughts on something. When it comes to working with freelancers, how do you measure the success of your business? Are there specific metrics or indicators you focus on?
Okay. Well, let's say I'm thinking about the pixel. I mean, that's easy, right? To see the pixel, the result, if it works or not. That's one thing. Like if it works, when you can measure it and see it, it works, then of course, well done. Yeah, that's easy. For the designs, let's say when I give a job for designing something and I get many likes, this is how I measure it. And if it gets tweeted around and so on, that's something. And if I post it around to my friends and I ask them, what do you think of that? and I get feedback from my friends. Yeah. And if it's eye-catching, that's another thing. With a platform that I have done, that was not such a good experience because when a client, I gave the developer a lot of feedback each week. Now, this was a project for 3 months, yeah. And each week I went through all the new features that the developer implemented on this platform. And each time I found like 10 to 20 mistakes. And I wrote a PDF format, a Word document, and I wrote them and I said, these are all the mistakes. And actually, if a client is going to give you a list of mistakes, then you know, I have to change, I have to improve. So make sure, like if you give your the project, when you think you are done, I want that you step out of your own body and just change the perspective. Put yourself in the perspective of the client and look at your result. And then ask yourself the same questions that the client would ask you. Does this work? Are the colors perfectly fit, you know? Or is this correctly written? Is there something with this button? You have to check everything when you give the result or whatever you are doing. Check it. Not just once, check it twice at least. And make sure it's top notch. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Done. Azizur Rahman.
Thank you, Bhai. Thank you so much, Ravi. Your presence will inspire us in our freelancing journey. Even
Thank you, I
Andre
appreciate
have provided some valuable guidelines on English, communication, professionalism, skill, physical and mental health, marketplace, and other topics, which have been extremely helpful for us. Thank you once again. I have a question to you. When we offer our services on Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, or any other platform, and when you see that we are offering services from Bangladesh, what key factors do you look for before accepting our services?
What kind of, say it again, what kind of?
What key factors do you look for before accepting our services?
Factors.
What the key factors, the
key
main
factors.
points, what you are looking, key factors
Okay.
is talking about.
Look, my pain points. You mentioned this as well, and I wrote it down too.
Yeah.
On my
the pain points.
yeah, right. You have to touch or you have to highlight the pain points. Like let's say if somebody goes to my website, hotel website and so on, and they look at it and they say it's outdated. It's true, it's outdated. And the language and something, there are errors. And if you would write me an email saying, hey, look, Mr. Manager, I've seen that your website needs some redesign and especially it's outdated because of this and that. So that's my pain point. So find the pain points of that person. So I mentioned that you should get together in a group, look for a company here in Germany, for example, because they have some money, and then look for the pain points. And when you write them and contact them, mention the pain point. That's the biggest thing actually. Highlight them because that hurts. If somebody tells me your website is out of date and this and that is wrong, you have to change it, that hurts. And I think he's right. I have to update it. Find the pain points and mention them when you give them an offer or whatever, or if you contact them. But tell your story as well. Short, you can tell your story, I don't know, maybe in 3 sentences, but tell your story because people want to know, and mention that you have a profile so they can look you up. You need to build trust.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So উজ্জ্বল হোসেন সরকার, উজ্জ্বল ভাই কমেন্ট করতেছিলেন। উজ্জ্বল হোসেন আছেন? উজ্জ্বল হোসেন শিকদার।
জি, আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
Hello.
Highly appreciate that you people accept my request here to join such an incredible session with the sir. So I am very newbie and I was dropped out from the college and I desire to be an expert in IT sector. So, sir, can you mention me as I enroll a new course, the Skilluper? the web analytics, what kind of 5 micro skill I can develop and I can drive into the market to sell my skill?
So the Raspal, for your kind information, he is directly asks about skill, that skill we have already that we are selling, but you are not like this, but you are looking like our people. So উজ্জ্বল ভাই আপনি যেটা কোশ্চেন করেছেন আমার পক্ষ থেকে অ্যান্সার আসলে উনি স্কিল আপরের উনি প্রতিনিধি না, উনি আমাদের হচ্ছে যে ক্লায়েন্ট, উনি আমাদের সার্ভিসগুলো কিভাবে নেয়। আমি আপনার হয়ে আপনার অন্যভাবে কোশ্চেনটা করতেছি। So Raspal, his main question is, so he is very new in this freelancing platform, but what is the main key skill he can develop to sell to you according the tracking like Facebook, GTM, GA4, Google conversion tracking, something like that. So it's depend on the business, but some question to ask you, what key skill he can develop to selling this service like you?
Okay, look, if you, for example, what I always need and what everyone needs, selling anything on the internet, are eyeballs. People who get to know your product, people who get to traffic. Traffic is what we all need. We need traffic. So if you can build a skill around marketing and getting more traffic, buyers to the website of your client, that would be best. I mean, I'm always looking for ways how to get more buyers to my courses, to my online courses, for example, or to my ebooks or whatever I sell. So if somebody is out there, a professional expert, on letting me know step by step, not giving away the secret, but letting me know step by step what this person is going to do for me so I can increase my sales, then I'm interested. But you know, right now there's so much going on with artificial intelligence and ChatGPT and so on, and Canva even. So, I mean, if I think about designing before, like a couple of years ago, I hired someone on Fiverr to create posts for me, or even reels or something like this. Now, I asked myself, do I really need that, or do I go to Canva and spend some time doing that myself, right? So you have to think what already exists, what is going to exist maybe in a couple of months, and what is something that cannot be replaced, or where a human being has to do it, or give some advice, or something like even your connections. Maybe your connections are interesting to me. What kind of connections you have in your business, the community, and so on. If you say, I don't know, if you say I have a community with SU Fasma with 1,000 people, 2,000, 5,000 people, that's interesting to me, you know? That would be something too. So even a skill that you can build is building your community, getting people together, and yeah.
Okay, and last questions for Adnan. Adnan bhai asen?
Ji.
Adnan, yes, you can start.
Thanks for giving opportunity to ask a question. Lots of people present here. Some of them are beginner and some of them are expert. Truly, I haven't any headache about expert. As a beginner, we have some pain point. So as a client, what qualities or skill do you look for in a beginner freelancer who has some experience but has never worked on a marketplace like Fiverr Upwork before? So what would make you feel confident in giving them a chance?
একটা দুইটা কোশ্চেন করেন, এত না, একটা দুইটা কোশ্চেন করেন।
Just I want to know about what would make
most of the questions that you were asking already, all question answered is done. I don't know you listen or not. So the new freelancer, existing freelancer, the professional communication skill, lot of question already covered by Raspal and Andre. So you can ask the one question if you have, otherwise we can skip it.
Just I want to know about new freelancer pain point that that they have some experience but never work on a marketplace before.
Okay,
So
first of all,
maximum client
is the question
never give
directly.
it,
So the new
chance to
freelancers, he has his skill,
hire
but
them.
he doesn't work any marketplace, no review.
Any marketplace, yeah.
How he can
Yes, yes.
develop and how he can sell his service.
Yes, yes.
He's
Yes,
the
yes.
skill, but no reviews, no comments, something like that. So as
Yeah,
a client, what do you think? In the last question, this one, we can finish it.
All right.
Yes.
But planning on being on a platform, right? On Fiverr or Upwork, right? Planning.
Yeah.
Because I think this is what you need. This is just to build the trust. So what is very important for me is the revisions, infinite revisions. Like if you're a beginner and you don't have any reviews, but I told you how to get reviews with your friends now. So there shouldn't be a problem. You just have to invest a little bit. Then before I forget it right now, is maybe you can invest in Fiverr ads. Get together and say, okay, this is our budget for this month, $100. We all put something together. We make a corporation. We are 15 people because I saw that now yesterday. There are thumbnails about like corporations, like we have so many employees. Maybe you can come up with something and you create your own company and you say, okay, we are all together 15 and we say we have 15 employees. But what is important for me is when you are brand new, that you 100% write down like as many revisions as you need, no problem. That's important. That's because, okay, I can support you. I mean, there's so many people out there, they're looking for the cheapest gig, right? And then I'm a guy, I think I even support people who have no revisions and no reviews. And I say, okay, let me try this guy out, And then if the person says, okay, if anything is wrong, I'm going to find the solution. I'm not going to stop until this works. Something like this you have to mention as well. That you make sure at the end you are satisfied. Always have in mind you want a satisfied customer and you want the best review ever. Not moderate, you want the best. So what can you do? Go beyond, yeah? And over the expectations. That's very important.
Okay. So sir,
right.
is the session is fully completed now. So now it's the great pleasure and we have passed a great time with you.
Yeah.
So
now I really have to leave very soon.
Yes.
I just want to say, guys, thank you very much for being here. I really hope that
thank
Andre
you,
and I that we
Thank you.
support you somehow.
Thank you so much.
Something.
joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your time.
Of course. You're very welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you so much,
one
sir.
things, one thing. So can we share something to them like the YouTube videos that Android is making video for English development, something like that, or do you have any profile or any page where people connect to learn something? So you can share with me, then I will share with my communities to learn many things from you and Andre.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have some motivational videos on YouTube under my name, Caravanda _com. Yeah, I have an Instagram as the same Caravanda _com, and my website caravanda.com, and of course this group that I mentioned, where's the link? There's everything actually. Yeah, there we can stay connected if you want to, and if there's anyone interested in NLP, I'm here for you.
Okay, so no problem. You can share with me, then I will share with my communities. Okay.
Perfect. All right.
So thank you so much.
I appreciate a lot.